Hey everyone, welcome back to ThinkOCI. If you are using AWS RDS for your MySQL workload, this video is going to change how you think about the database architecture. Because right now you are probably running RDS for your transactional workday. Then you are doing ETL the data into Redshift for analytics, and maybe using SageMaker for machine learning. So that's three services, right? You will get three builds, three security policies, and the data that's always stale by the time you reach for analytics layer. What if I told you that there is a single MySQL database that does transaction, real-time analytics, machine learning, and generative AI all in one service with no ETL, and it is up to 3,500 times faster than RDS for your analytics? That's MySQL HeatWave. And today I am going to show you everything, features, head-to-head comparison with RDS, and a live demo where I will load a 1 million rows of data and show you the performance difference with your own eyes. So let's go on. As an RDS user, you know this pain, right? You have got your RDS for your OLTP and ETL pipeline through Glue or Lambda, Redshift for analytics, and finally SageMaker for your ML. That's four separate services. So you will have four things to manage, four services to pay to the AWS, and for security side you have to maintain and the policies and everything, right? And your analytics data is always hours or days behind because of the ETL. So here comes the solution for that. It's none other than MySQL HeatWave. So what is a MySQL HeatWave? MySQL HeatWave collapses all these four features into one service. So it is a fully managed MySQL database with a built-in memory analytics engine, built-in machine learning capabilities, built-in generative AI, and a lakehouse capability that can run query object storage directly. And here is a kicker. It's 100% MySQL compatible, which means that your existing application work without any change in code. So let's see the features. So let me walk through this comparison. So here in 9 out of 10 categories, HeatWave wins. The only match is basic MySQL compatibility of RDS. Everything else like real-time analytics, zero ETL, in-database ML, Gen AI, Lakehouse, automation, you can see here, right? So HeatWave has it. AWS doesn't in a single service how. So this is a benchmark study which has been done by TPCH benchmark. So HeatWave is 3,500 times faster than RDS, and it is 1,400 times faster than Aurora, and 4 times faster than Redshift, and 4 times faster than Snowflake for analytics. And the price performance is even more dramatic, and this isn't marketing, right? The OCI published a reproducible benchmark, and also even today in our demo I will be showing that as well. So let's move on to the next slide. Yeah, this is your interesting topic, a live demo. So these are the 6 steps which I will perform today. So I will be provisioning the MySQL HeatWave, load synthetic data, run analytics without HeatWave on the 1 million row data, then enable a HeatWave and run the same query. We can see the difference, how fast it is. And then I will show you HeatWave Auto ML demo followed by HeatWave Gen AI demo. So these are the 6 steps which I will be performing today. So let me switch to OCI console and show you how to set up these things. So this is my OCI console. So I have to click on this hamburger menu, and here in the database you can see MySQL HeatWave. So I will click the DB systems. So currently I have created one for this demo, but I will show you how to create. Click on the create DB system. Based on the environment, whether it is production, development, or always free also be available. You have to choose the compartment. You have to give a name, description, username, password, and you have to do the confirm password and the setup. If it is a non-production environment, you can go for a standalone. It's a single instance DB, and high availability is mainly focusing for production. So automatically the DB system will create the 3 instance that provides automatic failover and zero data loss in case of any kind of failures. The next is your network. You have to choose which network you need to choose, and by default it always comes in a private subnet. So RDS will always be in a private subnet, and here you can specify your NSGs, fault domains, and this here we have an option to choose whether we have to enable or disable HeatWave. So HeatWave cluster is a built-in real-time query accelerator and a fully automated in-database memory, in-database machine learning engine. It is suitable for transactional analytics and machine learning workloads across the data stores and data warehouse and data lakes, right? So if you enable HeatWave, you have to choose a shape. So based on the shape, here you can change the shape. Based on the shape, the eCPU and memory will be following, right? And this is the cluster, HeatWave configuration cluster. Here also you can configure the HeatWave cluster. So I will go for the default, and for the production you can choose more than 1 nodes, and you can enable MySQL HeatWave And here, once you enable, process the query that residing on object storage as well. So no need to dump all the data into database. From the object storage bucket, it has the capability to understand and query and analyze your data. This is for the storage. Based on the storage, total IOPS will come, throughputs, and here you have an option for expanding the storage automatically and what is the maximum limit we can go. And this is the backup plan. So basically how often you need to take backup, whether you have to enable point in time recovery, and you can specify the backup window time. And this is another feature of DB system where you can schedule a cross region copy. So if I am in region A, there is a paired region for region A that will be on region B. So automatically once you enable this, it will automatically create a copy across the region. So these are the different tools that you can enable, like MySQL Studio. It's an integrated data analytic tool that provides a notebook environment. It's 100% SQL capabilities and has a chat interface for analyze and exploring unstructured data. So you can specify your email address, and these are all advanced features which we are not going to touch today. Configuration, you can specify the configuration like which database version you need, encryption keys, connections, how you connect to this endpoint, okay, and security certificates, cache recovery. So there are so many optional features out there. So once you complete or you add your details, you can click create. So once you create, it will create an DB system. Okay, for the interesting of time, I have already created this DB system, and these are the details that is associated with this. I have enabled HeatWave cluster. High availability is disabled because this is only for a demo purpose, and the version is 8.4.8. and here you can see the MySQL resource allocation. It has 2 eCPU, 16 GB memory, right, 50 GB storage space. And this is the connection part. This is the endpoint of my IP created, as I mentioned earlier. This is in a private subnet. So demo is the VCN and private subnet is the subnet. I have created a Oracle Linux, my public subnet, and I have enabled port 3308 from that machine so that I can do MySQL -u username -p -h is the host I can connect. That machine act as a jump host, right? So these are the different options, like endpoints is there, maintenance window, read replica. You can create a read replica easily from here, right? And backups. So as we configure backups automatically, backups will be coming over here. Channels, telemetry, security monitoring, work request, etc. So now let me log into my machine. So this is the machine which I mentioned. This machine is in public subnet, and I am seeing this as a bastion host. So let me log into the MySQL HeatWave, that is 10.0.1.38. So I have to enter the password. Okay, so I log into my DB system. So let me see the databases. So these are all default databases that is available, right? So I will create one database. So create database HeatWave_demo. So the database is created. Yeah, HeatWave_demo is created. So now I am going to use HeatWave_demo. So show tables, because this is a new DB created. There is nothing, no tables will be there. Okay, it's an empty set. So now I am going to create a table. So this is basically, I am going to create in this demo, I will be creating some synthetic data, basically focusing on e-commerce application. So I have created a table called orders. So let me show you short tables. Yeah, orders is there. So now I am going to create a start procedure to generate 1 million rows. Okay, so I created the start procedure, and I am going to call the start procedure. So it will create 1 million rows. So basically it will take around 3 to 5 minutes. Here you can see the current status. So far it has generated around 700k plus dummy rows. So we are waiting for 300k more to get 1 million rows to generate. So we have only one table called orders. So we are generating the orders of 1 million customer data from 8 product categories, from 5 regions and 10 countries. So this is the realistic e-commerce data set. Okay, so now we have generated 1 million rows. So before we go ahead with our next demo, we can just verify whether created or not, right? So you can see the total count, it's 1 million from table orders, and these are the different product categories. So we created a MySQL DB system, we created the database, created one table called orders, and we synthetic data created for 1 million with 1 million rows. So now we are trying to do an analytics without HeatWave. So when I say without HeatWave, this is the same when you run on a regular InnoDB engine. So this is equal to what you have done on your AWS RDS. No HeatWave accelerate, right? So let me set the secondary engine as off. So now I am going to query. First query is revenue by region and category aggregation. So you have to list down the execution time. It's 40 rows in 0.56 seconds. Second query is customer lifetime value ranking, right? So it is 20 rows with 0.76 seconds. And the third query, monthly trend. It's a monthly trend year-on-year comparison, right? So it is 50 rows with 1.3 seconds. So look at this execution time. So on AWS RDS with a million rows, you would see a similar time. Now watch what happened when we turn on HeatWave. So what I will do is, I will load the order table into HeatWave in-memory cluster. So this is in progress. Yeah, it is done, and I need to verify whether it is loaded or not. So I will re-enable HeatWave now. So now I am going to rerun the 3 queries which I have executed early without HeatWave. So I need to confirm whether we use HeatWave or not. So now here you can see it's using rapid, right? So look at the difference, very dramatic change, right? So same data, same query, same MySQL syntax. The only difference is HeatWave in-memory distributed engine processed it instead of InnoDB. So this is up to 3500x times faster. And notice I didn't change any single line of SQL. So next is about migration from AWS RDS to OCI HeatWave. So what we can do is you can export your RDS data using MySQL dump, okay, and then you have to create a HeatWave database in OCI, and you can easily import the data using MySQL shell command, and you can enable HeatWave. You can retire Redshift and your ETLs in AWS. So one good point is nowadays HeatWave is available in AWS natively, which means that you don't need to leave AWS infrastructure to use HeatWave. So you can migrate from RDS to HeatWave on AWS with zero cloud migration. So that's it for today's session, I believe. So as a key takeaway, one single database that can perform for big heavy lifting tasks like your HeatWave replaces your RDS, Redshift, Blue, SageMaker with a single managed MySQL service from OCI. It's less complex, less cost, and less risk. Secondly, real-time analytics, no stale ETL, and this is faster than AWS, 3500x faster. Inbuilt Gen AI and a machine learning built-in model, no bolt-on required. And interesting thing is HeatWave is available on AWS, so no cost or no cloud migration is required. So once again, thanks for watching this video. So I hope you like the video. Stay tuned for our next videos.